So our topic is sources of wisdom. We must know some good sources where from we can get some experience, where from we can get some good knowledge, some good wisdom. Because wisdom at the end that matters a lot. If you don't have experience, then you will not live life in good way as compared to those people who have experience. So, as I earlier said, that we are the sum of those people with whom we spend our most of the time. If they are good, there are high chances that we will be good because we will learn from their habits, from their actions, from their knowledge. If they are not good, maybe they are, after some time, we will also learn. After some time, we will learn from their bad habits and we will become like them. So, as I was contemplating earlier about this thing, how can a person learn some good wisdom and that can become his competitive advantage in his life? Later, he will use that in his life, how to live, how to talk, how to behave, how to act, what to do, what not to do. See, some people say you should read books. That is good, like suggestion. If someone will say to read books, because
What do you
from
think?
books you read, you learn from the experiences of other people. Similarly, you can watch some videos. When you watch some videos of good people, you learn from them. But today I found interesting thing while I was contemplating, and that is someone who loves us, who is experienced, who will wish always better for us. Usually it comes from our parents. Our parents always want better for us, our father, our mother, or someone else in our family. If we will ask any question to them, they may then just provide us answers of those questions. But usually, what happens is these kids, children, they don't ask the questions to their parents because they feel like it's not right to ask questions, and they just live their life. Now, I think if any person has one person like grandfather in his family, in his house, he is the one person who is oldest member in the family. If I have a grandfather, unfortunately, I don't have currently. If I have, what I will do is I will spend some time with him. And what will happen? He will talk about something. Now he is old, he is aged, he has some experiences in his life. He will definitely tell something, some story, or I can ask him questions. Maybe I will feel free to talk with him as compared to my parents. Because generally, people don't ask questions to parents. But with grandfather, they are free. They can ask them questions. And they are the oldest persons, no matter what they were doing when they were in their 40s, 50s, 20s, whether they were employed or unemployed, they were farmers, they were doing any job, any business. It doesn't matter. But what matters is they have experience. They have gained that experience from their life. They can teach that thing to the ones who are in their family. So if I have grandfather, I will be in front of him. He will teach me something, or I can ask him questions. I will tell him to tell me any story, an interesting story from your life. He will tell, then this happened, then this. Maybe I will ask him some more questions. Then how you dealt with this situation, how you came out of this. Can you tell me something more about it? Blah, blah, all the things. So, according to me, that is the best source of wisdom, which is in your own family. And they will always wish better for you because they are old. They are not now young where they will feel jealous or something else. They will wish that any person should learn from them who is from their own family. Maybe they will sometimes be biased with other people, but with you, they will always be unbiased. So, if there is any old member in your family, like grandfather, just try to spend some time with them. Definitely, they will teach you something which takes years to learn because they have already spent years on the planet. No matter, I already said what they used to do, whether they were having any job or they were just doing nothing. Still, they have learned something. Maybe they haven't applied those lessons in their life. Now they are old. So they can teach those lessons to other people and they can become good mentors for every person. So this is, according to me, one of the biggest sources of wisdom. Now, if that person is well educated, then it is advantage because if he is educated means he has read few books, means he has better mindset as compared to uneducated people, then he can teach better things both from his experiences and from what he has done in his life, what he has learned in his life. So if you have spent time with them, later you are going to regret. I should have spent some more time with him, but I didn't. Now, second source of wisdom is earlier, which I told you, books. Books, they are best because any experienced person has written something in those pages. Now you simply need to read, and they will teach you through books. And I have seen every successful person, they are reading books because books provide knowledge to them. They learn from others. And that is it. The third source of wisdom is your surroundings. You should always surround yourself with the people who are wise. That is the best thing. If you want to become wise, spend your time with wise people. So you should be conscious about your surroundings. If your friend circle is not good, it is high time to change your friend circle ruthlessly without showing any mercy. Maybe they are your older friends. You have spent 2 years, 3 years with them, but now they are operating differently and you want to elevate yourself. You know, you want to improve yourself. The first principle of self improvement is destruction, self destruction. Means you have to destroy something in your life. Now you want to elevate. For it, you have to leave some bad habits, some some surroundings, some influences. If your friends they do not want to grow and you want to grow, they just want to live that hedonistic lifestyle, that comfortable life. Their parents provide them all the money, all the resources, but you want to grow. So for it, what you need to do is first principle is just leave them without showing any emotion. Hey, he is my best friend. I have spent these amount of years with them. But the if you will continue with them, if you will follow your emotions, at the end you are going to regret. After 5 years, 10 years, you will see yourself at different position which you never wanted. Why? Because 10 years back you wasted your time. You lived like that person. So change your circle. You need to update yourself over time, and you need to be in good friend circle. So surroundings matters a lot. No matter how hard you study, no matter what you do, if your surroundings they are not good, then it will affect you negatively. These are three important things. First is if any person is old, especially in your family, spend time with them, like your grandfather. You can ask them questions. Second source is books. Just read books in a year, even if you are busy. At least 3 to 4 books you should finish. General books, not academic books. So, similarly, after it, your surroundings. If you don't find good people around you, it is better to be in isolation. Now, being in isolation doesn't mean like you're lonely every single time. No. In isolation, it is actually a phase which we deliberately like develop for ourselves. It can be for 1 year, 6 months, 2 years, 3 years, where you do not like to be with people. You just work in isolation, in all alone in a room. You study, you work for your dreams. You don't get addicted to negative influences. I believe, and I have read stories that great people have created this zone of isolation in their life and in that period, they were just focused on their dreams. They were not talking, engaging, wasting their time. They were reading books. They were working for something. That is how they became great. When you spend more time with people, it has both a positive as well as negative effects. Positive effect is like you learn to socialize, you have people with you. But negative impact is that you don't get time to think, because every single time you are with people, when you are with people, you're just talking about XYZ things. But when you are in isolation, you work on your dreams, you get ideas, you think, you you talk to yourselves, you question yourself. So develop this. If you don't get good people around you, be in isolation, work for your dreams, work, work, work. At the end, definitely you will achieve something. I never seen, or you can never see any person who is working hard and is unsuccessful in life. They definitely become successful. But those who don't work, who don't put efforts, at the end, they just are not able to land for any good job or any good business. They later do that simple job where from they get less salary, which cannot satisfy their needs. Now, you yourselves can see these days, like everything is almost expensive. If you are married and you want to send your kids to any private school, look towards fee. It is a lot. A normal person cannot send their kids to a good private school. For it, you need money. Similarly, yesterday we were talking about meaning of life. We have some meaning of life, and the best motivation is survival. That we need to survive. We need good life. For it, we need shelter. If we want, like, we should have good house, two-story building. For it, we need money, and to get money, you should have a job, and that should not be just basic job, good job. To get that good job, you need to work, and for it you should sacrifice the things which are stopping you. Similarly, you want to have a car, or you want to break that chain of poverty in your family if you are from middle class family. So for it you need to work better than other people, uniquely, so that you can reach to that position in life where you break that chain. So learn to get wisdom from good sources, and avoid the wrong influences for few years. Later it is your choice, but first priority is success. And success is different for different people, but one universal principle, one universal thing for success is these days to get money, because everything is measured with money. It is not old, we are not living in 90s where people were living without money, or in old days people were just surviving without money. But these days, a person cannot survive without money. So that is just universal thing now. Success is defined by how much money do you have. Your relatives, your neighbors, they will look towards you. If they will measure your poverty or richness with your money, not what you have. Like if you have good knowledge, but you don't have money, they will say you are nothing. Because this is how society measures now things. And respect is also these days dependent on how much you have. Even if you are like having good knowledge, but you don't have money, people will respect that person who has more money and is not better, is not good, is not honest. Because everything is dependent on these things these days. World has become materialistic. People value more things, uh, more those things which are affluent. So just work for money. That is important. Without it, it is difficult to survive. Even you can, like, without money, you will suffer a lot. So for it, just work towards any job, towards any business. That is important. And we need to maintain our mindset. Means we should not get distracted with some distractions which will stop us. For example, these days, biggest distraction is social media. If you have any social media application, it will waste your time a lot. And I think it is not necessary to use social media for next few years. So delete social media like Instagram. And it is highly addictive application. Once you will watch one reel, then you'll scroll, 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 and it will never end. Sometimes it will consume your 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. So better is not to use. But if any person is doing any business on Instagram, he can do. But majority of the people, they waste time. Similarly, other applications, better is to leave. Uh, some days before we were talking about willpower, like power, like ability to uh, stop something which wastes our time, our potential. Those people who have strong willpower, they can do it easily. They can live without these things because they have strong willpower. They have will to grow. They have will to not use these all things. So delete everything which distracts you. It will help you to maintain the habits, the good mindset. And once you achieve your goal, the nearest goal, it may take 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Once a person achieves, then he has freedom to do, to explore different things. If you want to then enjoy, then you can do things. If you want to do something else, you can. But for now, you have to achieve that goal. That is the bare minimum which you should achieve to live a good life. So that is it. And also one more thing is, if whenever you will get chance to join some communities in the world of internet, day by day it is growing. Future will be different, and more communities will come. These days, people spend more time in the world of internet as compared to offline world, but it will grow more. So in future, after 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whenever you will get chance to join some communities where there people are talking about some good stuff like innovation, some whatever is beneficial for you, just join those communities, participate actively, lead there, talk there. It will help you to maintain your mindset, and you will later also feel proud on yourselves that you are not wasting time, you are not destroying yourselves like others. You are teaching others something, or you are learning from others. It gives feeling of pride. That is it. I hope you got what I was saying till now.
Wow, that's so beautiful. Thank you very much, Soldier, for sharing with us that perspective. I would like to ask, I have a question, possibly
Yeah.
it would be helpful to the people that are here. You mentioned about three important places where we can get knowledge, valuable knowledge as it comes, which is if you have a grandfather, a grandparent, um, books, and as well, I've forgotten the third one you said. But then I would like to ask,
Mhm.
what, um, aside our parents, some persons may not have the opportunity to have grandparents. Um, what would you suggest for such around the perspective of mentorship, getting a mentor?
I didn't get. Come again. What will I suggest?
Yes, I said that for someone that doesn't have a grandfather
Uh-huh.
or grandmother or they don't have all of those things, what do you think would be the other approach for them, especially around mentorship? Do you suggest people get into mentorship?
Mm, if any person has no like grandfather or grandmother from family, I think it is very difficult to learn from others. But yeah, your parents will always try to teach you something. Uh, still, mm, you know, I have, I myself spend time with old people who are older than me. I don't like to spend time with the people who are younger than me. And
Mhm.
the reason why I do it is because I learn from them. And whenever I am with them, I don't talk a lot. I listen. I observe things, how they behave, how they talk, how they take decisions. And later, I apply those things in my personal life. So, best thing is to spend time with older people, not just older. Every person who is older is not always mature. He is not always better. But any person who is older than you and you think he is better than you, I think spending time with them is worth it. They will always teach something with their actions. So that is it. Spending time with older people, wise people, even if they are young but wise, that is best person for you.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful. Um, Thank you very much for that perspective. So, um, I would like to suggest also something around this conversation
Yeah,
on
definitely.
mentorship. Yes, and on mentorship, I have benefited greatly from that opportunity, right? I've benefited greatly from that opportunity. So I've
Hmm.
benefited greatly from that opportunity, and I'd like to share something about that. So I think that many persons miss great opportunities around mentorship. We see content on social space, we get to chat to a lot of persons, see a lot of people do stuff on social space, but we don't have um, people that we can look up to that has worked around certain fields or certain industry that we want to have success in. So there is somebody that can have success in, let's say, business, and that person would give us good clarity and counsel around business. But that person may not be able to give us deep clarity and knowledge around spirituality. So that's like a different, completely framework. So I'll, I'll also say that one thing that for me personally that has helped me in my engagement is mentorship. To have somebody that I'm close to, I can have access to, that has also gotten to the level of a place where I want to get to. Um, it may not be my father, it may not be my mother, it may not be my family, but I've seen the values that this person holds, that this person has, and I can commit to that person to learn from that person within a period, within a topic or within a field. I'll put it that way. I think that's also a very beautiful place that people can actually gain wisdom and transformation. I'll give a quick example of something that happens here in Nigeria. There's a particular tribe in Nigeria called the Igbo tribe. So the Igbo tribe, they have a system of training people in business. The people they train, they don't go to school. They don't go to school that much, but they are always successful in business. And how does this work? They go to the village, they pick somebody and bring the person to the city, and the person serves in that organization or serves with that in that business for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, depending on the agreement that is made. And after those years of service, the person becomes very knowledgeable in business. And when the boss sees that the person is ready, is good, is strong enough, he sends the person off, giving the person maybe some level of capital, some level of money and support so that the person can go and start his own business and then also start recruiting and bringing people into his business to train them. So I think mentorship is also a very beautiful place, an opportunity that would help people gain deep wisdom and transform their life to the best in the best way.
Yeah, definitely. Seeking mentorship is the best thing which a person can do. Is there anything
So
else about it we should talk?
yeah, I think we're not done talking, so we just continue the conversation. What book would you say have had the most impact in your life and has helped you navigate through a difficult season or giving you clarity that has
Well,
helped you so far or to
it is
in
not
a particular
always any
place in your life?
specific book. It is not always any specific book which will help you a lot to grow. One book is not, I think, enough to learn something because from any book you can learn any lesson. And when you
Sure.
read multiple books, then you learn different lessons in different domains. So if I will talk about a group of books which helped me, I will name like there is a book, Leaders Eat Lost by Simon Sinek that I have read about leadership. That is good book, better book about leadership. Similarly, there is one book,
Yeah.
how to become people magnet, that helps you to create a good personality, that helps you to build a rapport with people, that helps you
Mm,
in simply to become like a people magnet, people like you. Similarly, it talks about communication, it talks about how to talk, how to behave, how to lead. And third book which I will talk about is uh, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That is related to business. If any person wants to go into business field or simply wants to become successful, this any
yeah.
person want to become rich, this person provides some insights about that. It is also more about, it's like scientific book I can say. And one more book,
Wow.
I liked it initially one book, but later I was like, that was good, but not that much. Many people admire that book. I also like that book, but there was something which I consider illogical. That is the power of your subconscious mind. It is good book. First 100 pages, they are better, but after it was not aligning with my principles of life. I think differently, but it talks about different things which I personally don't like, but it is a good book. And one more is How to Win Friends and Influence People. That also teaches a lot about like building connection with people.
Yeah.
And if I will talk about other book, what will be that? I have read multiple biographies, but one I liked that was on Elon Musk. It was published in 2024. I read that book that year. It was good. It gives different feeling because when you like learn about any person, when you read any person who is alive and is doing something great, something unique, something phenomenal, you feel highly motivated.
That's
So
true.
it gives inspiration. If any person wants to do something like different, unique, great, I think he should read great people. It gives inspiration. So that is good book on Elon Musk. That person has spent 2 or 3 years with Elon Musk. He was just living with him and studying his life, asking him questions. And later he documented all those lessons in that book. It is a fat book, more than I think 500-600 pages it has. It took me a lot of time to finish that book. So these are some books which I liked. I have read more than it, but these ones I admire.
Wow. They are really beautiful ones. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Yeah, my pleasure. And which book do you suggest? Is there anyone?
I have some in mind. I think some of the books you've mentioned, I think they are really great books, and I've read some of them. There was one that I really reckon with, especially with our time and how people love speed, but then they are empty. They don't hold so much water. I always recommend it to people because I think one of the biggest challenge we have right now is we have people that have interest, but they don't have depth. And without that depth, we can't get substance. We can't get um, good results from the things that we do. So the book is by Cal Newport. Um, I think there are two books by Cal Newport. The first is so good, be so good you can't be ignored. Be so good you can't be ignored by Cal Newport. And then deep work. I love deep work so much. The book opens you up to how to think deep, how to be on your own, just like you explained to us recently, um, and be able to study, to be able to learn, to be able to think deep, and then get several concepts. It also trains you on not just accepting people's thoughts as to say this is what it is because somebody said it is this, but sitting down to evaluate and understand from your own experience, from the experience of people around you, before you come to a conclusion of what is really true and what is really right. And it gave example of several persons that have done great works in history, um, musicians, writers, and builders, and the likes of them. Give example of these persons, how that they are dedicated to deep work. They are not quick with the social media vibe that we're having today. They declutter that much. Some person they don't even have a phone, they don't have an email, so that they can spend time to listen. They can spend time to be with themselves and discover themselves and understand deeply some of the things that they have within them, so they can be able to pick those things out and give to the world. So I think those two books have been really, really helpful. And I think there's another one. I've forgotten the author's name. It's called, is it Ownership? I don't know if that's the full title. It was written by a Navy SEAL, an ex-Navy SEAL. Um, is it full ownership or total ownership? Well, the title is Ownership, and it's a really beautiful book. It's a book that shows you around leadership, uh, not to be blaming your team all the time, but to really understand how to lead your people and how to get them to also trust you. He shared from his experiences when they were on the field. You know how soldiers operate, very, very dangerous zones they find themselves in, and they're in battles. But because they did not plan properly and they couldn't follow orders, they had challenges and difficulties there. But the leadership has had to take ownership of whatever thing that happens there. It really brings a perspective on the weight of leadership and how one should really pay attention to that, so that they would always get good results in whatever thing they are doing, and as well inspire the people that they are leading. He gave an example of something that happened whereby someone made an error, and I think they lost certain number of lives in that particular battle. So when they came back for briefing, he was supposed to give reports of what happened. And when the person owned up to want to give, to say that he did that stuff, he told the person to calm down. Meanwhile, he stood in the person's place and told them that everything is his fault. That if he had given the proper command, given the proper order, or properly looked at their strategy and their war game, things would have been better. So I think that book has also shaped my mind in a very, very dynamic and a beautiful way. I think also as regards business, um, I've read Alex Moses' books, $1 Million Offers, very incredible book, $1 Million Offers. It shows you how to, first of all, understand and identify business opportunities. That's where it starts from, and then create an offer where you can be able to present to people. You can present those offers to people, and people can come into business with you. So that's basically what $1 Million Offers is. It has a framework of several things that really makes an offer so good that people cannot ignore it. Right? That's the $1 Million offer. I think that he wrote $1 Million Leads, how to get people to buy your stuff, basically. That's $1 Million Leads. So definitely getting people from different places, leveraging on social media and other places. So the book is really, really beautiful. If you're a business person, and you really want to get into the business terrain, I think it's going to be very beneficial to you. I'm yet to read the third one, but I believe that that one too should be really nice. That's a $1 million money models. It's also business related. These are some books I've found helpful. I think there's one more like a story, Dream Big by Ben Carson. That I read that book when I was a little bit younger. I think in my in my high school. Dream Big by Ben Carson talks about his experience, his story, how he was able to um, go through school through difficulty he had with his parents, his upbringing, his background. The mom had to train him and his brothers, and then eventually how he became a surgeon, and then the groundbreaking shift in science when he was able to separate two twins from each other that were born clustered together. So Dream Big would be that that book. That book really inspired me when I was younger, and I think that book up to this moment still inspires me. Every time I share the story or I hear about it, it's really does inspire me. So these are some books I truly appreciate and value that has really helped me big time. Do we have other people that would like to share with us on the discussions this evening? I think I'm done.
Yeah. Okay, Joshua, thank you very much for mentioning all these books. These were wonderful titles. Anyone who will go through them, he will gain great insights from these books. And applying those lessons in life will change the life of a person. Hello, Srimad. How are you there?
I think it would be nice to hear from others. We have Crimson Sush. Good evening.
We have other people as well here. Guys, you can unmute yourself. Feel free to talk. Or shall we wind up?